Teachers of Reddit, what's the most cringeworthy thing a student has said in class? He's not my biological boyfriend. What does that even mean? I teach math at college. One semester I'm teaching a bridge course, where students who have previously done poorly in math are given the opportunity to prove their potential this summer before they will begin proper classes. Basically, if they fail the bridge course, they don't get accepted to college. One student is particularly defiant to the idea of this class. She fails to turn in homework, even when directly asked, and offers no excuse or reason. Eventually I directly tell her that she will surely fail the class at her current rate. She gets defensive and claims I'm a criminal justice major. I'm going to be a police officer. I don't need math. All I need to do is point and shoot. Needless to say, she failed. Math saved a lot of people's lives that day. Discussing I know why the caged bird sings, specifically Maya's lack of sexual knowledge. One boy, 11th grade, piped up and shared a piece of deep character analysis. Well, she doesn't even know what it's like to have her salad tossed. I saw my career flash before my eyes. Halfway through Animal Farm, a student says, "Wait a minute. This book has talking animals in it?" My friend's dad was teaching a health class to middle schoolers. And one kid tried being a smart ass and said, "Mr. Henderson, have you ever had sex without using a condom?" Friend's dad replied, "Yes, I have 2 children." And the kid says, "Yeah, but did you ever have sex without a condom?" Whole class cracked up apparently. LMFAO, did you correct her? Or is she still in Japan somewhere telling people about the boy who came in her peach? Jesus Christ, I can't stop laughing. Ha ha ha. Momotaro is such a weird story to tell to English speakers anyway. I once got my greatest enemy to call my Japanese teacher Oishi, yummy, because his name was Oishi. Big Rock. It was the funniest thing ever because no one but me and the teacher knew it meant Mr. Yummy. My mom definitely didn't like that I was using my first language for evil. That's really funny. I looked back at some of the stuff I created when I was a kid, and I think kids can oftentimes have a much more twisted sense of humor than anyone thinks they are capable of yet. She knew exactly how bizarre this was going to sound to her teacher, and that's why she did it. Reminds me of the time in 6th grade when my friend was getting into a heated argument with a boy a grade above us. At one point, just as we were approaching my friend's drop-off, the kid a grade above us said, "Dude, that's not what your mom said last night." The bus stopped. My buddy got up and said, "Oh yeah? That's not what your daddy said last night either." Everyone around him started laughing at him. Obviously, including the kid he was arguing with. He walked off the bus with his head held high, thinking it was the most clever comeback too. When he got on the bus Monday, the 8th grade boys called him gay. This reminds me of a student production of The Seagull I was in. The final line of the play is, "The truth is, he shot himself." Closing night, it came out as, "The truth is, he shat himself." Curtains fall, everybody dies of laughter. We had a new teacher for English in year 9, and she gave an intro to herself and finished with, "Any questions?" And this kid blurted out, "Are you single?" Awkward silence, then awkward laughter. Hee. I was doing a flower dissection with my year 5 class a couple of weeks ago, and one boy piped up across the classroom, "Mr. Pluvialis, I've lost my ovaries." There was a stifled snort from the TA. A girl in my class asked our professor what happens with the sun when it goes into the ocean, and how it ignites again. A student in my college bio class asked if we can get healthy and improve our eyesight by looking at plants. I know him, and he is a physics major who have the highest GPA in the physics department. Nursing student that my roommate was dating asked me if eggs, like chicken eggs that you eat for breakfast, were considered a fruit or vegetable. I was in a 400 level cellular neurophysiology class, and a girl was shocked that animal testing is used for neuroscience research. I think the class collectively facepalmed. In my biology class, a girl at my table asked if the sun was a living being. Community college. When I was in 3rd grade, we had an assembly about AIDS and HIV. The speaker asked if anyone knew where AIDS came from. One kid stood up and said, "From your dick." Near the end of my high school calculus class, we got to learn about simple predator-prey models, where DIPE for the prey population would be negative if there were too many predators, and DXDT for the predators would be negative if there weren't enough prey. While under better conditions the populations would grow. Being a bit of a wag, instead of foxes and chickens or lions and gazelles or whatever, the teacher decided to give us a problem about velociraptors and calculus students. Everyone just sort of rolled their eyes at the joke as he started to work us through the dynamics of this ecosystem, until he got to the part in the cycle where the predator population falls towards a minimum, and the prey population starts to grow and the calculus students proliferate. And class was immediately suspended for about 30 seconds while people laughed their asses off. He really hadn't seen it coming. It's refrigerator when you first take something out and refrigerator when you put it back in.